please. John, that lead off for us.
Joe, one of the early storylines was Xavier Tillman coming back, feeling like his knee was better, losing, coming in 12 pounds lighter and all of that. He comes in and scores 7 points in the last 3.5 minutes or so. Just what was it like just to see him kind of that work kind of pay off and kind of show itself in a meaningful way like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's done. He's been here for 2.5 years, and I think he's just the ultimate professional and has really just handled. The situation, obviously coming in halfway through the year and the big shot that he hit for us. And then last year, obviously, not going the way that he may have wanted to, but then coming in with a different mindset. And I think we're doing some things defensively that kind of fit his personnel and fit the way he plays. As you could see, like he does a great job getting deflections, does a great job with active hands, protecting the rim. And so I think we're doing some of that stuff. And it's a credit to him and just his mindset to come in like he has. And he's given us everything we could ask for, practice games. And like you said, that's kind of what it's all about. So I don't care that it's a preseason game. The fact is, we won, and he was a big part of that, and he delivered, and we're going to need him, as we start the season.
On the flip side, the late turnovers, once again, turnovers kind of plagued you this preseason.
Yeah.
What was it about their pressure that forced those turnovers? What are you looking for in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think in that situation where Anthony's the only ball handler, we all have to realize that, that we all have to be secondary ball handlers. I thought on 2 of those we have to come back and meet the ball. It has nothing to do with the pressure. When there's a trap in the backcourt, you have to just come and meet that regardless of who you are. And then the other guys have to embrace being able to be a secondary ball handler. The league is full of guys that are going to pressure, and if there's a night where we don't have guys, but for whatever reason, we have to be able to step in and do that. So I think it's an area of growth for everyone. You just have to, you have to be comfortable doing that. You have to take that on, whether it's dribbling or coming to meet the ball, when there's a trap, so they can't run through it.
Over here.
Joe, any update on Jalen?
No, there is not one. I think he'll be okay. I just talked to him after. He said he'd be fine, but I didn't get a full update. I'm sorry.
Was this a rest night for Sam, or did he have some physical?
Yes. Yeah, we had a good practice yesterday. It was fine, so it was kind of his turn.
And as far as some of the ball pressure you guys have faced, meeting the ball, like in terms of guys helping out a guy like Simons, and just some of the turnovers you saw throughout the preseason, like how do you go about addressing that? Because obviously some turnovers are going to come from an increased pace.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many we had before we took out Peyton and Derek and left Anthony out there by himself. It was probably 15, 16. And so if you take a look at, which again, Toronto's a great team and they force you to do that. So if you take a look at the type of turnovers we had at Toronto versus I had one here, we had 3 times that we tried to get open and they just deflected the ball out of bounds. We only had one of those tonight. Ugo passed it to Derek in front of Toronto's bench, and they did that. And so it's just cleaning up the ones where physicality is required, and it's getting open, it's being able to handle it. I thought throughout the game tonight we were able to do that, and it's a relationship. The guards have to do it, but the bigs have to do it, setting good screens and getting those guys open. But it's just giving the game the physicality that's required. I thought we did it, a decent amount of time tonight. Once we took those guys off, the other guys have to step up and be better. I told Anthony I left him out there on his own on purpose, so he has to be able to make sure that goes better.
Joe, I know plus minus isn't the end all be all, but Peyton was a plus 19 game high in a game he shot 1 of 11. Just what did you make of his ability to contribute without scoring?
Yeah, I mean, every time we brought him up the last year or so, it's been finding different ways to be impactful. And I think if you were to watch him during the game, you would have known that he missed 10 shots because of his effort and his body language. Unlike Jay yesterday, he missed like 5 or 6, and it was wearing on him. I was studying that. But you could tell that, he knows that he can impact the game in a bunch of different ways. So to go 1 for 11 but have, 10 assists and, and those 3 rebounds there, he'll just do whatever it takes to help us win and give the game what it needs.
Jack.
Joe, you talk a lot about closing quarters strong, like in the first and the fourth tonight in particular. Like the end of the first, they went on a run, and then the end of the fourth, you guys went on a run, and then they went on one right after their timeout. What goes into sort of like handling that momentum, and how do you think you guys handle it?
Yeah, I think there's themes that come up. So I think in the end of the first, it all comes down to live ball turnovers. Live ball turnovers equate to transition offense, equate to opportunities for them to play. And so, we obviously you always want to end the quarter with the last shot. But I think the first, obviously the fourth, there was live ball turnovers. But in the first, those live ball turnovers lead to all the other things. So we just have to be better at that. I think we got the 2 for 1 in that situation. But it starts with, I think the themes are like turnovers, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and fouls. When those 4 things occur at the end of quarters, it puts you in a tough spot.
Joe, defensively from Ugo tonight, what did you see in terms of his ability to play the drive and then be disruptive as a help defender when he's stunting?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing from his game that we've taken is his defensive instincts, especially when he's off the ball. He has a great job just reading the game. His ability to rotate, deflections, been very pleased with his defensive instincts, and he just has to continue to get better at those. Gary.
Joe, what would you take from Nemi's performance tonight? It seems like he's struggled. He's had his moments, but
tonight was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. Like we're gonna be hard on Nemi, and I'm really looking forward to coaching him throughout the year. But as I told him, this is what you've worked your whole life for, is a chance to start for the Celtics. And I think you see this with players. When they step into different phases of their career, where it's easy to be the rookie, and then it's kind of easy to be the 4th string big, and then it's kind of easy to be the backup, and now it's like, hey, like, got to develop the mindset to deliver every night, and I think he has that. And I think it took some time, but like yesterday in practice, 2 days ago in practice, in tonight's game, he showed what he's capable of, and we just have to hold him to that standard. And he takes pride in that. He works at it. But what we saw tonight is like that. I think he could be better than that, but that's the guy we need, more times than not.
Are you kind of his motivator, his Mickey?
Psychologist? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, is that? I mean,
Yeah.
you're hard on him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, because I believe in him, and I think that his growth is important for us, and I think he's been here for 2 and change, and he's gotten better all the time, and I think that's why you get into coaching is. You really get into coaching to take guys like that and see where they can get you, and it's been fun getting to that, and so I really do enjoy coaching them.